Hey everyone, uh, another week. Last week I demoed the Cherwell archive tool, and as I mentioned in that video, I'm not stopping where I demoed it last week. So after another week of development, um, and granted last week was Thanksgiving here in the US, so it wasn't really a full week of development, but I did get a fair amount done, enough that I want to demo it to you all. And of course, here's one of my cats he wanted to be part of the video just like he was last week. But let's get over to the demo and let me show you what's new. Basically, we have form arrangements, which involve relationships and expressions. So rather than searching here, and actually let me bump up the font size just a little bit. Not too much because there is going to be a lot on the screen. So uh, I'm just going to do browse by business object. We'll pick incident. And you can see here's the incident grid. We'll just grab the first one. And it takes a bit of time to load, because like in Cherwell, there's just a lot there, right? A lot of stuff in the form arrangement, a lot of stuff on the BizOp form. There's just a lot. It takes time to load. So at the top, you see the form that I demoed last week. Again, this is not the Cherwell defined BizOp form. This is a new form designed specifically for uh, kind of archive retrieval, right? So it doesn't have all the clutter of whatever buttons move incident between different statuses or kick off additional workflows or that sort of thing. Um, Not that you might not want that in the future, but at least to get the information back from the database, that isn't strictly necessary. But there's new stuff down at the bottom. You'll notice there are some tabs. And right now, some of these tabs are just showing the same form because I haven't gotten forms wired up. Forms are hard. Um, I'm getting there. That'll be kind of this week's slash next week's videos um, task. But let's look at approvals. And not going to be very interesting because there are 0 approvals, but you'll notice that is executing or evaluating the expression, right? It's showing that there are 0 approvals related to this particular business object. Now, some of these others are forms. Um, Journals is an interesting one because this is all the journals associated with this incident. Now, in this particular incident, I don't think there are any comments. This is all just journal history, the audit trail, various fields were were updated. We get the related change request, and we can also look at something that's more interesting, an actual relationship that has something in it. Related CIs, right? This particular incident, particular user locked out of laptop. I'm cheating again. Related change request. This is not the change request related to this incident. This is just replicating the form that's up here. But this particular incident is that the user is locked out of their laptop. We can see that there is a related CI, and it is their laptop. I happen to know because I've been working with this incident for a while that this is Max submitted this incident, so the related CI is Max Lap. That lines up. You see all the information there. And again, this is pulling the same grid that is defined elsewhere in the system. So if you pulled up the on the browse tab, if you pulled up the grid for configuration items, you would see the same grid. This is the grid that you have defined for the configuration object, business object, configuration item, business object, right? And then there's this other set of tabs here. Now, I think this is something that's new from when I last worked with Cherwell. I only remember there being the main form and then a set of tabs. So I actually have to look into Cherwell a little bit more and see what's changed, why there are now 2 sets of tabs, and what this other set of tabs is supposed to be. Because there are some things that I wasn't expecting to find. I'm not entirely sure what a search result pane is. Something I'll have to figure out. But in the meantime, all of the previously defined stuff is all supported there. Next week we'll be getting some of the BizOp forms wired up a little bit better. Now that I have expressions, BizOp forms get a lot easier. There are still some parts of expressions that I haven't implemented. I basically implemented just enough to get me some of these tabs, which is 90% of what expressions are. There's token replacements, so you can get different strings, and then aggregate functions, right? Count and that sort of thing. I think that's just about it for this week. So that's form arrangements, obviously. Now, one note here is that I obviously didn't worry about putting the tabs on a particular side of the screen or not. On the web, that gets a little bit interesting. If that's something that you really, really value and want to see, let me know in the comments or shoot me an email, and I can add that in. But for right now, it's the tabs just go underneath the main form. As I start getting into implementing the BizUp form, we'll see how that actually looks. Maybe I really will want to change that up. But at least for now, this is kind of how it works. So that's form arrangements, and of course, the relationship. Whew, lost the word for a second. The relationship is what is being shown on each one of those tabs, and the expressions drive the tab titles. Yeah, again, next week will be BizUp form, and I'm actually kind of excited for that now that I have expressions out of the way. And you all let me know what else you want to see in this tool. What would be valuable from the perspective of, at the very least, here's your pile of data, and here's a tool, this code that sits on top of it and lets you see all the information there. Let's see how far it can go. I'm here to do whatever you need it to do, and you just let me know what you need to see next, and we'll make it happen. Again, this is a YouTube video, so if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit subscribe. Like the video if you like what you see here, and feedback is always appreciated. Let me know what you want to see next. Let me know what you want me to implement, and of course, by the time this video goes live, all the code that you see here, all the features that you see here, will actually be live at the link down in the video description. I think it's archives-demo.thoughtcolony.com, but go ahead and find the link down in the video description. Go click that, play around with it. I'm sure you will find things that break. There are a few things that probably haven't been implemented yet, but let me know what you like, what you don't like, what you see breaks, any bugs that you see popping up. Again, this is built 100% from the Cherwell demo czar, so it's the same czar that you have with your copy of Cherwell. You can install that on a dev instance and see what it's supposed to look like and supposed to work like. Compare it to what I've built, and let me know what's important to you. What you want to see next, what you want to use, and if you want to see this software running on your database, shoot me an email. Again, email address down in the video description below, and let's make it happen. Let's get this set up, and we'll see. We'll make sure it all works on your database, on your data, and gets you what you need to see as you transition off of Cherwell. Thanks for watching, and at the very least, I'll see you next week.